Hi, I'm Kane Reilly and I'm here with Mackenzie in the Newlands Forest, and we're here shooting the first episode of About Trail. And today we're going to take you through specific skills surrounding downhill and technical running. Okay, so I think when we talk about downhill running, it mainly comes down to one basic thing, and that's confidence. Some people naturally will come into trail with just less fear than other people, but I think that if you do struggle a little bit on the downhills, there's kind of three ways which you can build up this confidence, which are strength, practice, and running with a friend. If you're not particularly confident in the downhill from the beginning, I think having a really strong core and strong stabilizing muscles in your legs can really help you. So getting into the gym and doing functional gym work, ranging from proprioception to make sure that you're comfortable taking those extra steps and having your ankles do a little bit of movement, to deadlifts where you can really help your body absorb the impact. Secondly, practice. You know, the cliche practice makes perfect really comes in here. The more time you spend going downhill, getting a more natural flow, the better you'll get at it, and you know, the more you'll eliminate the fear which really holds some people back. You start to lean forward, let go a little bit, and really flow with the trail as opposed to fight it. And thirdly, you know, a lot of people, like myself included, aren't really the best natural downhill runners. So I've found, in my experience, that running with a friend who is a natural downhill runner can really help. You kind of just attach a rope to them and stick with them as much as you can. And by doing so, you really expand where you're comfortable going in terms of your boundary. You know, you may want to be running a little bit slower, but you just stick with them, and gradually your boundary will increase and you'll become a better and more confident downhill runner.
The best advice I was given with technical and downhill running was to not obsess over where to put your foot specifically, so rather just go with the flow and run downhill as naturally as you can without trying to obsess about it. And then the other thing, just as you would do your uphill repeats, as Kane said, practice makes perfect. So instead of doing uphill repeats, try and do some downhill repeats as well, and just practice a stretch of trail and terrain going down over and over, getting faster and faster as you go. The other thing that's quite important is to use the vegetation around you. Don't be afraid to hang onto a tree, swing around, grab onto a rock, whatever's going to help you keep your balance.
Cool, so now we're going to take you through a few questions that we've been asked over social media regarding downhill technical running. The first question being, where do I look when I'm running down a trail? I think the best answer is that it's where to look to get the combination of a good flow while you're running downhill and just not falling. So, you know, you've got to be looking at your feet primarily so that you make sure your footing's all right, but also to have a glance 5 to 10 meters ahead every now and again is a good idea, just so you can plan your route. I mean, the more technical it is, the more important to decide where your next step is going to be. So you really want to be looking about 10 meters ahead so you can pick your line and go with that line.
You shouldn't look where you don't want to put your feet. Automatically you'll look at something and think, I don't want to put my foot there, and you'll end up doing that. So try and focus on nice big flat rocks if you can, or a safe place that you feel to put your foot, so maybe in between the rocks. So try to think positive and keep as light on your feet as possible.
Okay, so the next question is surrounding how to run downhill when the trail's wet. I think what's really important is to take into consideration what kind of trail you're running on. So if there's a lot of rocks, stay clear of big rock surfaces, because those are the most slippery places. Rather try get your foot into some solid or softer ground where you're not going to slide off. And also if you're running on particularly clay Jeep tracks, rather avoid the flat slippery surfaces and rather run in the vegetation, sometimes in the middle on the side. And I think really just shortening your stride a little bit, trying not to put too much pressure on each foot when you land, so that if you do slip, you slip quickly and you get onto the other foot.
Well, we hope you enjoyed our tips about how to improve on your downhill and technical running. For us, it's just about confidence and really enjoying what you're doing out there on the trails. So get out there, practice, and happy downhill running.